and welcome back to the Lee Summit Town Hall podcast. I am your host, Nick Parker. As you can see on the screen, Santa's back.
How are you all?
I am good. Also back, I guess I'll introduce him. Jason Norbury hasn't been on the show for quite a long time because really he has forsaken all of us here in Lee Summit.
I'm going to say this for the record, that I will podcast for Santa, but I don't know that I'm going to podcast for just you, Nick.
That's,
So,
you know what?
Santa brings out the best in all of us, right? That's the whole idea here. This Santa brings out the best in all of us. And
so you're here for Saint Nick, but not for the not so saintly Nick.
not Saint Nick.
Not for the other Nick.
Not for the other Nick.
Fair.
Fair enough.
That's also a good time to remind you that this podcast is brought to the good people of Lee Summit by Budget Blinds of Lee Summit, a great local company run by a great local family. Jason, do you want to do it?
I do kind of want to do it.
It's Budget Blinds of Lee Summit.
Budget Blinds. There we go.
It's been a bit
time.
I say it's been a long, cold winter, but winter's just getting started.
And it's felt still long and cold, but we're doing good.
Budget Blinds is your home for basically all of your home decorating needs. They focus on window treatments. They are, Jason, I don't know if you remember this or not, but they are the home of our robot shade overlords.
All hail.
If you want to have, your smart device, your smart speaker, your phone, whatever, control your shades, you can do that. Hey Siri, hey Alexa, all those things. Open my shades.
Open my shades.
It'll do it. We just had Santa. You were with us. Oh, my phone is talking to me. You were just with us. We partner with Budget Blinds every year for Story Time with Santa, a chance for kids and families in the area to come get pictures with you. You read some of your favorite stories. So this is my second visit with you of the month.
Yes, and I'm pretty excited to visit with you. That'll cost you $20 for me saying that.
I was gonna say, is this part of his long plan to stay off the naughty list? Is that what this is for this man?
Something like that, yeah.
Inflation hits the North Pole too.
Yeah, yes, it hits everywhere. You can't escape it. Trust me. But no, we had a great time at Budget Blinds, and a lot of people came out, and I think there were some donations, I believe, for cold water, weren't there?
Yeah,
so that's good.
Donations for Cold Water of Lee Summit.
Yeah.
And really, I think, and I didn't do an actual hard count, but that felt like one of our bigger crowds this year.
Yeah, I think it definitely was a bigger crowd. Yeah, they really came out in force. So yeah, definitely, it was a great turnout. Everybody had a great time. There were treats to eat, pictures to take, and donations to be made. So it was a great night.
Speaking of treats, I'm going to give a little shout out. Some of the treats were the charcuterie boards from that the new store in downtown Lee Summit, Madison. They were fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good to know. I'll expect that under the tree on Christmas Eve. Right?
There we go.
There we go.
Leave out. Yeah, it's milk and cookies. That's last year. Now charcuterie.
Salty and sweet.
Salty and sweet. Charcuterie and treat board. There we go.
There we go. That's the good stuff. Santa, you do a lot of those things. Is it always exciting to show up at events and there's just kids out the door waiting to see you?
Oh, absolutely. I every event that I'm able to get to, because of course, I can't do a whole lot because we have a lot going on up here that's got to get done before Christmas Eve. But the ones that I get a chance to go to, it's nice to get away from the pole a little bit and to see regular people and to kind of get a feeling for how everyone's doing, during the Christmas season. And I always enjoy them. Anytime I put on the red coat and get to an event, it's always exciting. I love it.
Is the coat for us? Is there a special coat just for the appearances?
Well, I know that you wear the same thing every day, but I do have some different changes of clothes. So, I have 3 or 4 coats, and so we kind of alternate them. And they're all basically the same.
I was trying to picture the closet. Like, how many red coats are there?
It's like a superhero red closet,
right.
Or a superhero closet. They got all the, like, Superman's got 100 suits hanging in there.
So Santa, I have a question for you. You've been out a little bit. You've been getting some lap time from the kids and what have you. So what are the hot asks this year? What are the things that the kids are excited about getting or asking for from Santa this year?
Lap time. We might want to rephrase that, but
look, kids are out there.
I know. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Nintendo Switch 2 is very hot. Because that's coming out, they're out, and everybody wants one. Squishmallows still are popular.
Uh-huh.
What else? Well, everybody wants an iPhone and an iPad and a computer. All of that. That always happens. And scooters are very popular as well. Hoverboards are still popular. So yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that has been repeated a lot this year.
I can imagine. So a lot of electronics on the list this year. I'm sure every
probably
year.
Shouldn't be a big surprise though.
No, not a big surprise at all. But
it's kind of the world we live in. So yeah, a lot of electronics, and the elves have had to really brushed up on their motherboard training and circuit creating and all of that stuff.
Well, thankfully they have those small hands to get in all those little wiring spots.
Little hands and little screwdrivers.
Yes,
come a long way from the Etch-a-Sketch.
Quite a ways, yes, absolutely. Good grief.
Are the Etch-a-Sketch? Is it still produced at the North Pole?
We still make them up here. Yes, not as many as we used to. There is. I just saw something the other day. There's a girl that does Etch-a-Sketch professionally.
Oh.
And she has made thousands of dollars by making these tremendous, like the Mona Lisa on Etch-a-Sketch and all of this stuff. I mean, she's really good. And that's what she does for a living. And she gets paid quite well to do it. So she's an Etch-a-Sketch master.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could make a square that almost matched back up in the corner. So they just kind of came together like that.
That's pretty impressive. I had lines that went every which direction.
Yeah.
Right. Is there, that kind of makes me wonder if we were to ask one of your elves, or maybe you've asked this before, but is there a toy, like a nostalgic toy that's missed that they wish they still made?
Oh, let's see. They like Rock'em Sock'em robots a lot. I mean, those are still made, but mint condition Rock'em Sock'em robots is pretty good.
Yeah.
They love Toss Across. Although sometimes the bean bags are a little too big for their little hands, but
I would think that might get a little violent. You throw in those that size,
well,
big bean bags.
As long as nobody's throwing the elves, we'll probably be okay.
Well, yeah, elf Toss Across, that's not going to go over big up here.
No, not going to be a big game.
Have you had some great visits? Are there some anecdotes from this year's series? I know you get to see a lot of kids. You get to help with a lot of kids that are needing some help this year. Have there been some good ones that stand out?
There have been. I'll be going to Ronald McDonald House, I think, next week, and seeing some of the kids down there. And parents that get to stay there because their children are at the Children's Mercy Hospital or whatever getting treatment. And I did make a trip to Children's Mercy Hospital just recently to see a little friend of mine that I have seen every year since he was born, and he's had problems about every year since he was born and been in the hospital a lot. And so I was going to see him at his home this year, but that didn't work out, and he got very sick. So I went to Children's Mercy and got to see him there, and hopefully lift the spirits a little bit. And we hope that he makes a full recovery, and he's a fighter. So we're going to hope that little Weston keeps on fighting and gets better. And, when I was there, I got to see a lot of the staff, and they were very excited to have Santa in the building. We took a lot of pictures. And so, it's very worthwhile. I know that's not the, maybe quite the answer you were looking for.
No, actually,
that's a way better answer than what we were
looking
for.
That's a great answer. And I didn't really have anything in mind, but I mean, how cool is that, of the millions and millions of kids around the world, that there are a few you get to make some personal connections with?
Yeah, there are a few. And I just wish I could, get to see everybody. That's just not even for me. That's not possible. But yeah, in situations like that, where the visit's really needed, we'll make every effort to try to be there and make it happen. So yeah, I was glad I was able to do that. And we do those sorts of visits all the time every year, and we don't necessarily like to make them because that means someone's not doing well. But I think that some of we do a lot more than just deliver toys on Christmas Eve. Let me put it that way. And I think delivering toys on Christmas Eve is, one of the least things we do compared to things like this and lifting spirits and, just spreading a little joy. And, as well as I do, times can be tough and a lot of people struggling and boy, they could really use a little joy and a smile and a helping hand. And so if we can do it, we're going to do it every single time.
What you just said though about the toys being one of the least, the least important, maybe least priorities on your list. I like that because that remembers that there's so much more about bringing joy and peace to people. I love that.
Well, for the kids, obviously that's a priority, but they're children. And, if you can remember back to when you were children, I think that, at the time that's, that was the focus. I want that Slinky. I want that Etch-a-Sketch. Golly, I want that authentic 1966 Batcave, just like on the TV show, with the Batmobile and Batman and Robin and all of that.
Have you been reading my Christmas lists? It's like, I think you read my old Christmas list right there.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that stuff's important. Don't get me wrong. That's important too. But the main idea is giving, just giving of yourself, giving of your time, not necessarily a physical toy or a physical gift. The gift of your time is the greatest gift you can give anybody. So just try to be there for people, and let's try to make life a little better for all of us. How about that?
How about that? I love that.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. Well, Santa, we have some treats this year.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with a local business owner here in town, Hillary Graves, the owner of A Better Choice Preschools, and she passed along for us some letters to Santa from some of the students at that preschool, and I was wondering if if Jason and I could read some to you, and just so you can hear from some of the kids.
Certainly, I would love to. First of all, see if you all can read. And second of all, see what the kids are wanting.
I'm gonna say that this youngster has better handwriting than I do, so I'm gonna be okay.
Listen, having better handwriting than me is a very low bar.
It's not a high bar. That's for sure.
Well, Jason, why don't you start us off?
All righty. This is from Sabina. Dear Santa, I want a pink leotard, a makeup set, and pink is in parentheses thereafter, dress up dresses, and Barbie clothes. So a very pink themed list for young Sabina for the Christmas list year. And then she decorated, and I'll try to show this up to the camera a little bit. She put some stickers.
She's got a little snowflake on there, I think.
Snowflake and a little tree and a little puffy Santa sticker. It's
a little me.
To remind who it's going to.
Love that.
That's a wonderful letter, Sabina. So thank you for that, and we'll make sure it's at the very top of your list.
That is fantastic.
Nick, your turn.
All right, we're gonna do this one's from Elliot, and I'm gonna remind everybody too that these letters will be posted on the website at Link to Lee Summit. So if you want to go see some of these letters to Santa, you can see them right on the website. Dear Santa, how are you doing? How are your elves? Thank you for bringing my advent calendar. We are getting closer to Christmas. This year, I want Dino Webb's reptile. I have 2 little brothers. They want a truck and blocks. We will make sure to leave you milk and cookies. Merry Christmas, Elliot.
That's wonderful. Elliot, I believe, is 5 years old. And his 2 brothers, he was thinking of them. Very important because he included what they wanted for Christmas as well.
That's a nice brother.
Yeah, that is good stuff right there. So
Yeah.
Elliot at 5, asking about it, asking after his little brothers, and checking in on how you and your team is doing.
Yes.
So
Very, very good. He's on the right path, shall we say?
that's some nice list stuff right there. So
How are you? We'll take a little break. How are you and the elves? I mean, this is a crazy time of year. Are you guys holding up?
Yeah, we're doing good. It's, everybody gets a little tired, even the elves, despite all the sugar they eat. And but yeah, we're doing great. It's not our first sleigh ride, shall we say. So we know how this works, and we're getting things done. We're on schedule right now. So hopefully we stay on schedule and we get everything ready and have a successful flight on Christmas Eve.
Is there one elf in particular that you have to worry about, that you kind of have to monitor?
I cannot single out one elf. That's me in big trouble. Just let me say that I would much rather have the elves than I would have gnomes or trolls.
I mean,
say that.
in your line of business, I think that's an excellent.
I'm going to come
idea.
back to that in a second. Let's read this other letter.
All right, we have this letter is from Tyler. Tyler just made a list. So it says, "Dear Santa, he would like a claw game, a stuffy, a hat, a book, and some hot cocoa," which is nice.
I think he wants a hot cocoa bomb.
Oh, is that a hot cocoa bomb? Oh, yes.
It's a hot cocoa bomb.
Hot cocoa bomb. So,
Yeah.
like Santa, even when he's not here, he's reading our letters.
Those are
Santa magic.
Santa magic. He
those
knows.
are very popular. Yeah.
Yes, the hot cocoa bomb. Those are
What-
good.
Well,
What
I
is
like
it?
how-
Bob?
I think it's if I remember correctly, it's like a chocolate ball
Mhm.
with cocoa in it, and you drop it in warm milk, and it dissolves and mixes in with the milk, and then you have hot cocoa.
How have I not heard of this?
It's like fancy hot cocoa thing. You pop. Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
and it makes.
It's like a bath bomb, only it tastes much better.
I mean, that is true.
this
All right, I've got a letter. Is it okay if I
Oh yes,
read mine?
please.
All right, so this is from Harrison, who's 4 years old. Dear Santa, for Christmas, I want a web shooter that shoots webs like Spider-Man, and a little Spider-Man vehicle with some Spider-Man friends, please. I love you, Santa, from Harrison.
Oh, that's
Very
so-
good, Harrison. And
Love
a big Spider-Man fan he is.
That's awesome.
All right, Santa. I have one Christmas wish that I'm
Sure.
going to ask you for. So it's you probably don't know because you have many more important things to worry about than local elections. But here's my wish. I wish that all of our local races have contested races this year, that we have that kind of participation and excitement in the race. So there's my wish for Christmas. I haven't asked for a lot for Santa in years as a whole,
True.
but that's what I want. And
I feel like this is
for
maybe
our
not in
community.
Santa's power.
Hey, look, I can ask.
He's asking me to inspire people to run, I guess.
Hire
But
people to participate in our
Good part.
community and democracy. I think that's a reasonable request.
That's a wonderful request.
Raise
Thank
the
you.
spirit. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. If you care about it at all, you should definitely participate.
I love that.
See?
I mean, you know what? I feel a little bad that I was going to ask for a transformer.
Now, well, you have asked for Transformers almost every year of your life.
That's true.
This is true.
This is true.
It's
I have a little inside information for you. Do you know who made the original Transformer?
It was Hasbro, right?
No,
No.
no, who was it?
It was the elves.
The elves.
Oh.
My sleigh is the original Transformer.
Ah,
It can
it's
transform from a sleigh to a motorcycle to a car to a truck to a bulldozer to an airplane to a helicopter. Mine is the original Transformer.
It's more than meets the eye.
It is.
well, it's very kind of you to not copyright that idea and allow others to help.
I know. Well, I'm all about sharing. I have another letter. Is it okay if I read another
Oh,
letter?
absolutely.
All right. Let's see. This is from Madeline. Dear Santa, my wish list is as follows: a robot unicorn, a pencil box. There, you don't get many requests for those anymore.
No, you really don't.
So you can put both of your pencils in there. Stuffy snowman, Barbies, markers, a wand, because everybody needs a wand, and clothes. I love you, Santa. Love, Madeline.
That is a nice. That's
a
nice
good
letter.
list. A pencil box.
A pencil box. How about that?
That is an unusual request.
I'm going to hold this up in case Madeline is watching or whatever to make sure she knows we have it at the North Pole.
There we go.
There we go. Maybe Santa will send me a scan of that, and I can put it on the website.
I can do that. Absolutely.
That would be good.
Now, I do have a bit of a treat. Do you have a question before I go off of my?
Well, I was going to go back because you said you had mentioned the gnomes, that you'd rather have the elves than the gnomes. And so that makes me wonder, because so many decorations these days have turned Santa and the elves into gnomes.
Terrible.
And so now you just made me think that maybe you're not approving of this.
The gnomes have a problem. We tried them in the workshop in the past, way back, and they tended not to be able to control their alcohol intake. It was pretty ugly.
On this very podcast as well, honestly, as a thing that's hard to makes this hard to work with. Are we gnomes? Are we gnomes?
We might be.
We might be gnomes.
And the trolls were not potty trained, so
no. I
I
don't feel like they would be very useful in like small, especially in these smaller areas.
they're not useful for much at all, except living under bridges and scaring the bejeebers out of people.
There you go.
Well, I feel like now I'm going to have to go police the house a little bit and deplete the gnome Christmas decor.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know why they do that, but to each their own. If they're celebrating Christmas, it's fine.
Just don't let them make toys.
Yeah, no, do not let them make toys.
They decorate, but they don't get. They can be decorative around the house, but not in the construction.
No, definitely not.
That's fair.
Oh,
I will now turn it over to you because you said you had a topic you wanted to hit.
well, I just wanted to. We were reading letters, and I think this is a great idea. Years and years ago, there were times when I would be on TV, local TV from the North Pole, just reading children's letters. They would send them in, and they would send in pictures that they'd colored or whatever. And that was a great thing. They would gather around the TV to watch to see if I was going to read their letter that day and show the picture that they colored and everything. It was a very big deal. So this is kind of nice that we're kind of going back a little bit and doing something that we did 40, 50 years ago. So I just wanted to point that out. And on the topic of letters, I went through the files today and pulled out some that are really old. They go back into the early 1900s. And so I thought it might be interesting to read a few of those, and you can see how the wants and needs have changed over the years, and it's just kind of fun, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the the first one. Dear Santa Claus, I have tried to be good. I just cannot be good all the time. I want a nice big doll and a storybook and a fur and a muff and a dear little white kitten. In parentheses, I will take the best care of him, so you need not worry about him. And a dear little puppy and a pair of roller skates. And I guess I cannot tell you any more things, for you know that I just can't spell them all. Yours truly, love, Sarah. Sarah wrote that. That came from Newark, Delaware in 1919.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
I can relate to the part about I try to be good, but I just can't be good all the time.
Yes, and
good all the time. I think,
and the part that she just had to stop asking for things because she didn't know how to spell them.
That's another one Nick's going to be very familiar with.
Listen, it's
So
spelling I'm good at.
Yes, exactly. I've got a couple more if you don't mind.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I like these old ones.
All right. This is from, and I don't have a name, I only have initials, HOO from Midway, Idaho in 1903.
Ooh.
Mr. Santa Claus, sir, I must write and tell you what I want for Christmas. I guess we're going to have some snow pretty soon, but if we don't, I don't know what you're going to do. It is pretty muddy down this way, and I guess you could not come with a sleigh and reindeer because you would sink, though, and little boys and little girls would not know what became of you. I suppose you will have to get you a team of horses and a wagon. We are going to have a Christmas program at our schoolhouse, and I wish you could come to it also. We would thank you very much if you would. Well, I will say what I want for Christmas. I want a doll and lots of candy, peanuts, and oranges. Yours truly, HOO, 1903.
Wow.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that he did not have to wait that long for snow in Iowa, but appreciate.
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure that mud froze pretty quickly. I have a feeling.
I probably about 2 hours after putting that in the mailbox, it snowed.
It snowed.
Probably.
Snowed for the rest of the
like
No
3.
doubt. All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Dear Santa Claus, I will write and tell you what I want for Christmas. I want a bracelet, a doll's trunk, a storybook, and fireworks of all kinds. He must be from Kansas City. A few Roman candles, apples, oranges, raisins. Who asks for raisins? Nobody. Pecans, peanuts, and candy, dolls, a piano, and an organ,
Whoa.
a bugle, and a little apron. I will put out the fires so you won't burn your feet in the fireplace. Love you, Santa Claus. Mary from Chemukula, Florida, 1911.
Wow.
So it's interesting that the food requests are different now, right? And we had apples and nuts and things of that nature. And here we have a hot cocoa bomb.
Yes.
On our list here.
Yes.
This year. So I suppose at the turn of the 20th century that was probably, those are treats that they didn't get to have very often. Whereas
They were. And things like, hard candy, which is something is taken for granted now. But, that was a huge treat then. Fruit was a huge treat then. And, you can, in the letters, you can see that they're asking for those sorts of things, because they rarely ever had them. They were not everyday items.
Yeah,
So,
and now we're begging our kids to eat fruit.
yeah, basically, yeah. Although I haven't seen anybody ask for broccoli or asparagus yet. So
I just had broccoli for dinner before we got on with you.
I'm so sorry.
you have to remember, you can't be good all the time, but he has to try to be good some of the time.
Some of the time, yes. Yes.
Eating his broccoli, both figuratively and literally.
The raisins were an interesting choice in that letter, and I like raisins, but I think even the most ardent raisin fan, I can't see them putting that in their list of requests.
But how many kids do you know that actually really like raisins? I don't think there are that many.
A few like that in stuff, but I think just like to grab a handful, or I don't recall. I can't remember the last time I saw something like that.
Not since the brief 90s craze of the singing raisins.
That's true.
Yes, the California raisins.
Yes.
I think that's what that was. Yeah, absolutely.
And then your list wasn't actually, I want raisins. It's, I want one of the California raisins, right?
Yes, maybe that's it.
List for you at that point.
Well, when they were really popular, you did have action figures of California raisins, stuffed toys, California raisins. You had all of that stuff. Amazing.
It's amazing what we can make into a toy.
It is. All right. Can I read two more?
Absolutely.
I'll stop after that, I promise.
Who are we to say no to Santa?
All right. Dear Santa Claus, I hope you will visit me this Christmas. I'm a little girl, 8 years old. I'm going to school. I've been very good and learned my lessons well. I want you to bring me a doll bed, a ring, and a locket. And I suppose Papa and Mama will buy the rest that I want. Dear Santa, please take Grandma Swack a peck of sweet potatoes to make her a pudding, as her potatoes all froze. Take Grandpa a cap to keep his ears warm. Just take Aunt Minnie any old thing, for she is easily pleased. Bring Grandpa and Grandma Andrews something as well. If you pass through Montana, take Charlie something good to eat. He's living alone and has no cook that I know of. Love you, Santa Claus. Myrtle from Foyle, Oklahoma, 1914.
Wow, that was
Somebody who thinks of all their family.
yeah. That
But
was
she was thinking of everybody. You know, that's great.
even.
I don't know about the sweet potatoes pudding. I don't know about that, but it's a
I
choice.
will say this: the sweet potato is my favorite potato.
Oh,
I do like
I love
sweet
sweet
potato.
potato. That may be a hot take.
Yeah,
I'll have to dig into that.
well, I could, I do have a in the podcast world a podcast friend, and they finish every episode with a guest. They ask what the guest, and so we'll ask you this:
Okay.
Rita, what is your favorite form of potato?
What is my favorite form of potato?
Yes.
Smashed. I like the potato that's mashed, but you got all the stuff in it. You got chopped up onions, you got bacon bits, you got everything in there. I don't know if smashed is the right word, but it's when they're mashed potatoes, they're silky smooth, and they've got a bunch of stuff in there.
Awesome.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
That does sound good. Look,
It is.
I've never met a potato that I did not like, but yeah, French fries are my absolute kryptonite. They're the reason to be skinny.
What are your favorite French fries? Who makes your favorite French fries?
Makes my favorite French fries.
Oh, well, I like a sweet potato fry. That is my favorite form of potato.
Now, where do you get those? I don't want to get free advertising, but
Well, but there is locally, I do have a restaurant that does great sweet potatoes. I like it, Third Street Social.
Oh, okay.
There used to be, neither one of those places exist anymore. Jake Edwards Barbecue and Lil Jake's Eat It and Beat It out on the Boulevard, which is now sadly no more. They both made fantastic sweet potato fries.
I've had some of those fries. Actually, they were very good. Actually, the best fries I can remember having, I had just a couple of weeks ago in St. Mary, Kansas.
Oh, really?
We were at it was like a little Christmas village that they had set up out there at their Shakespeare Festival ground. And we went out there, and there was a booth out there that does Belgian style double fried and beef tallow French fries. And it was cold that night, and we had the thing of fries with the little garlic mayo dip that they did in the Belgian style. And I cannot tell you a time I've had a better French fry. They were fantastic. To the point where I'm like, should I figure out how to make these at home to do that? But I think instead I'll just find people who will go through that trouble for me.
That sounds really, really good. I mean,
It was so good.
Granted, I know it's not a cookie, but still, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I have to agree.
Well, so this begs the question then, Mrs. Claus, what do you think the best treat in her arsenal is when you're looking for a snack, a treat from Mrs. Claus' kitchen? What's at the top of that list?
I'm going to go with brownies. She makes wonderful brownies. They're just a little crisp on the outside. They're nice and kind of gooey on the inside. I don't know how she does it, but they're perfect every time. And they're so good.
Well, clearly the Sandy magic goes into the kitchen.
Yeah,
clearly.
With Paul as well. So, those sound delicious.
It sounds like a magical household.
That's the benefit of being able to cook under the Northern Lights. That's the influence.
Speaking of Northern Lights, here in the Midwest, we've had a really cool fall where we got to actually see the Northern Lights here in Kansas City.
That's what I heard, that you could see them this far down, maybe even further south. I'm not sure, but
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, they actually appeared better when you took a picture of the night sky than just looking at them directly.
So you take a picture, then look at the picture.
So you can see them and they go, ooh, and then you take a picture and you look and you're like, that's even more interesting. So
fantastic. Yes, well, the Northern Lights are a blessing because that's what really powers our North Pole magic and everything that we do. So, and also helps keep us hidden from prying eyes.
I did not know that was part of the magic supply.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Northern Lights are very important to everything that we do.
All right, Santa. A couple of final things here, because I do not want to take too much of your time. I know how busy you are, or I imagine how busy you are. Some last ditch advice.
Uh-oh.
People who are wanting to, not just get in your good graces, but just to have a good Christmas, to share the Christmas spirit. What should we all be thinking about, be focusing on?
Each other. I think that these days there's less focus on others and more focus on me, me, me. And I think that's not good for anybody. And it only deteriorates your society. And, if you're only worried about yourself, then you're doomed. Sorry, but that's true. So you need to think of others. You need to be considerate of others and take care of your neighbors, take care of your family members. And if you do that, that feeling that you get inside, that little, almost like an electrical charge in your heart, that's the Christmas spirit. And you can carry that all year long.
That is
be more like our letter writers here that took pains in their letter to Santa to ask for things for others.
Yes, exactly.
Santa, I realize this goes a little bit in the face of what you just said, and I don't want to diminish that at all, but I do want to ask
controversy.
Yeah, I do want to ask you, because we've talked about ourselves, we've talked about all the kids that are writing in letters. What's your wish? What's on your list this year? What would you like?
I would like every pet to have a home, every child to have a home, every child to be loved and cared for by someone, every homeless person to have shelter and to be able to break that cycle. Everybody just to be better off than they are, and fewer problems and fewer worries than just trying to survive. So that's pretty much it. I think if we could do that, boy, we would really be on the right track.
And we can all start by thinking about others. We can make those decisions that help all of those things on your list come true.
Yep.
I'm going to ask one last request. I feel a little bad about it because I think I ask every year, but would you finish us off with one of your Christmas stories?
Yes, I will. And I don't have it right in front of me, but that's not a problem. It's my favorite story, and of course you've heard it, and many have heard it over and over again. First, a little history. It was written on a Christmas Eve in 1822 by a college professor named Clement Clark Moore. He was inspired by the people around him, the Christmas spirit around him in Chelsea, New York, and it was snowing and the fireplace was going and people were scurrying about doing their shopping and getting ready for Christmas. And he was so overcome with Christmas spirit that he decided to put pen to paper, and he came up with this story, which originally he only wrote for his family. And for many years, no one else ever knew about this story. Then one Christmas Eve, there was a party at his house. One of his friends decided it was time for the world to find out about this story. It was so good. So he stole that story from Clement Clark Moore's house, published it anonymously. It caught fire, as everyone knows, and was famous around the world. And in a few years, Professor Moore came forward and admitted that he wrote this story, A Visit from St. Nicholas, which is now best known as The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mom in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and he shouted, and he called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly. It shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. But a wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but he went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, and then he turned with a jerk, laying a finger aside of his nose, giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Thank you, Santa.
Never gets old.
I love that story.
It is a great story. Santa, I want to thank you once again for coming on. I feel like this is 6-7 years in a row now that you've been kind enough to join us to talk to the people of our community here in Lee Summit. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the work that you do.
I'm glad both of you guys are there, honestly, because I think we've had a lot of fun in the past doing this together, and I always look forward to it every year. It's a lot of fun, and I appreciate you having me on.
That gets to one of my other wishes, is that Jason podcasts with me more often again.
We'll see how the new year comes.
Santa,
Thanks. That's in your stocking.
A wonderful Christmas.
Thank you. You all have a great Christmas as well. Wish you all and everyone listening, watching, good health, much joy, much happiness, and a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That'll wrap us up for this week. We'll talk to everybody next time.